Chris Moss, an online story. Dear Counsellor, here I am writing to you when I know that 1. You can't do anything for me. 2. Therapy and counselling is for losers. 3. I'm a lost cause anyway. 4. You are probably a wanker and have your own problems which you want to get rid of by so-called trying to help the likes of me. I'm paying good money, though not for long. I want to hear from you that I'm right in my assumptions. I want to prove what I always believe and I've always believed. Yours sincerely, Chris. Dear Chris, I'm glad you have written. I am more than happy to answer your questions, or are they statements? There is no fixed time limit to the work that I offer. I will answer your letters, and if you decide that you do not want to write any more, that will be fine by me. Your point, 1, that nothing can be done for you, I can believe. A person can feel quite isolated in a world full of people who seem to be no use to them whatsoever. 2, counselling is for losers. Yes, some people who feel as if they're losers can find something in themselves through counselling. Others seek counselling to learn more about themselves and to polish up on their existing capabilities. I wonder which of these might apply to you. 3. I understand from this point that you see yourself as a lost cause. It seems that you know 4. It seems that you know enough about life to understand that anyone in the caring professions is there because of the empathy that results from their own life experience. I would like to hear more about these assumptions and beliefs so that I can agree or disagree with you. Best wishes, JC. Your answer is very predictable therapy speak. Agree with the patient and they will calm down. And I bet you'd like to hear more about my dysfunctional life so that you can get your rocks off on my hopeless case. Dear Chris, thank you for your letter. Although it is short, it confirms to me that 1, you feel very angry, and 2, this sense of hopelessness is uppermost in your mind. Beliefs and assumptions are sometimes formed at an early age. There is no need for me to know exact details of your life, only for you to reflect on where they may have formed so that you can ascertain whether you still need them. With best wishes, JC. Well, Mr. or Ms. JC, I'm surprised that you have not given up on me. Most people would have by now. But then I am paying. Here are some more points that prove that therapy online like this can't work. 1, you have no idea about my gender. 2, you have no idea what age I am. 3, I know nothing about you. You could be a mad axe murderer, and so could I. 4, I don't know why I'm wasting money on this. ... Chris. Dear Mr. or Miss Chris, thank you for the list. I agree with all your points. Even face to face, we would have secrets from each other. We can never know all about a person. People can let us down, whether by default or by malicious intent. You've told me enough about yourself, Chris, for me to know you a bit. You've shown me your shadow, the dark, angry, hurt side of you, that gives me an outline of the other side of you, with which you are perhaps less familiar. That outline shows me a person with 1, a quick wit, 2, a sense of humour, 3, courage to face the unknown, 4, a way, sometimes a bit wayward, with words, and 5, sticking power. Yours sincerely, JC. Look, get off my back. This is getting me nowhere. You don't know anything about me. Why don't you bow out gracefully and admit that this is a farce? I don't fit into your sort of world. I've gone too far down the road in the wrong direction. There's no turning back that I can see. Dear Chris, It seems as if you're waiting for me to end this counselling. If you do not want me on your back, you have only to discontinue the letters. I agree that I know nothing about you. I feel that you have revealed much about yourself, though I question whether you accept yourself. It is as though you have a rather bad image of yourself, as if you are in another sort of world from other people. What would happen if you came through into this one? I would not continue to be a counsellor if I believed counselling was a farce. I've benefited from it myself too. I was pretty sceptical about it at first. Still here, JC. JC, that's a silly name. I left school, was pretty much thrown out at 15, and have never done a job that wasn't in a factory or pretty mundane. At least I have a job, and I've had to look after myself. I live in a housing association flat. I don't have many friends, and my family are even worse than me, alcoholics and losers. I got into computers through someone I met. At least I can do that. Most of the worthwhile people are online. Chris. Dear Chris, you have found friends online, perhaps like-minded people with a similar intellect to yours. Families cannot always provide that. Do we grow up with an idea that our families should be perfect? Thank goodness for friends. So you have changed the pattern. It's hard work, and it sounds as if you sometimes feel quite isolated. Yet you do not seem to congratulate yourself or think very highly of yourself. I would like to know how you learned so much, even though you left school early. Lots of questions this time, JC. I read a lot and watched television and listened to the wireless. I've always felt different from other people. I seem to frighten them away. I play a lot of music. I write songs, but no one knows that. Yours sincerely, Chris. Dear Chris, I bet your songs are sad. I feel that we should renew our contract of work together. Some of our letters are very short. I think that is important and would like to suggest that you pay so many pounds for each 500 words instead of for each exchange of letters. Tell me what you think. JC. Dear JC, I like the negotiation. I've lost it there. I agree, maybe my letters will not always be short, and I am still not sure where we're going with this, but that will suit me for the time being. My songs are quite sad, and I have been writing quite a lot recently, and they are also pretty angry, which is why I keep them to myself. I recently met someone who might play drums with me. He's a bit of a sad case, but does well on the drums. So long, Chris. Dear Chris, I thought quite a lot of songs were sad and angry, which is one of the reasons that people want to listen to them. We're not alone in not being able to express all our sadness and anger, are we? Most people need some help. Maybe your songs would help them. I hope the new drummer doesn't drown out all the words. Best wishes, JC. Okay, JC, now I'm feeling stupid. How come you keep your cool? I ranked and you don't get angry. So what can I do now? Getting nowhere as usual. I thought I was getting away from that, but no such luck, Chris. Dear Chris, yes, you rant and I keep cool. That is how it is. But not how it always has been. You see, I might not always have been calm, and you need not always feel so angry. Look back over these letters and see how you seem to be thinking differently about yourself. I get a picture of a person who has great concern and insight. And as I look back over our correspondence, I see your struggle to come through a wall of pain and anger. Best wishes, JC. JC, I suppose now you will say that I don't need any more of this. I was going to say crap, but found myself putting this in brackets. So I'll be on my own again and will probably slip inelegantly back down the slope. I put some of my poems up on the web, and they had quite a positive response. A couple of people said that that was just what they felt. So you win again, always bloody right. Where do I stand with this? I feel almost more confused than ever, Chris. Well, Chris, when it comes to being right, I think you take the biscuit. This work that we're doing will come to an end. Where you may be wrong is that there is no need for you to slide down anywhere, because I suggest that we continue until you can keep your balance elegantly. You're very aware of feeling alone. I think that might be a feeling that's been with you for a long time. I'm very glad to be right about the songs and poems. Your confusion may be because you've broken a mold and you're not quite familiar with the difference. So let's hurry. Let's take as much time as is needed. I feel like writing your name thus in capitals, C-R-I-S, when you don't even give yourself a capital C. Best wishes, JC. Right, Ms. Mr. JC. This is a turn up for the cards. The drummer boy, Sid, has got us a gig at a pub. Now I'm wetting myself with fear. I'm practicing quite a lot and have no time to write much. C-H-R-I-S in capital letters. Write on C-H-R-I-S. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Good luck, JC. J-A-C-E-Y. We went down pretty well and have been offered another gig. I slipped inelegantly on Tuesday, but scrambled back by Friday, having written a very bad song, but it did help me spit out the venom. I went with Sid the drummer and some mates to Brighton at the weekend. You may not be hearing me from me for quite so often, but you have I find this difficult to write. Helped a bit, I suppose. C-H-R-I-S in capital letters. The end.
Yay, therapy. Did you like it, Maximus?
I liked it.
Did you like that story? Did it make sense to you?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, good.
There was a little drama that unfolded on the table next to you.
What was the drama? Oh, look at the gold!
Mhm.
Were you crying? Did it make you
Yeah.
cry?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, Ace, you're so wonderful. So good at showing your... They're good, aren't they? Do you want any of those?
No, don't worry.
You want to take one with you?
Don't worry about me, man. I think I've already got many, many things.